are at it again. And there is a specific mortgage product that is going to take down this real estate market. And I want to warn people because there are some, not a lot of people, because there are not a lot of transactions happening in the country because most of the country's real estate is locked down due to the fact that interest rates are high and people don't want to get rid of their low interest rate mortgage. But there is a handful of people, and there's tens or hundreds of thousands of them last year and this year that are taking part in a mortgage scheme that is going to hurt them financially. And what it is going to cause them to do is to either lose their home, but what's actually going to take down the market is most of them are going to sell their home. Now, I want to preface this with there are other ways of buying real estate that in your current situation with just a tiny couple little tweaks that can change your life totally when it comes to buying and selling homes. This is what I used to do all the time. I've had over 45 different mortgages just in the period from 2001 to 2004 when I was flipping homes and I got to know the mortgage industry quite well. And I was speaking to my housing insider, a gentleman that buys lots and lots of homes and bundles them in groups of 500 or 1,000 and sells them, to big funds, right? Because the builders cannot sell their homes right now. And there's a lot of deceit and things that get hidden behind the scenes to make it look like to you that you're missing out and you need to buy a home. Okay. So I'm going to start with this story out of CNN. It says 0 down mortgages are making a comeback, and they're not joking. This product has been out for a little while and it will shock you. But as you hear about this loan product, I want you to think about what happens with people that are buying emotionally because they feel they're never going to be able to afford. They don't understand the cycle of real estate and how real estate actually does go up and down. And this one is a really big bubble and it's already popped. It's already deflating rapidly. What they're going to do is that when they find themselves underwater, they're going to sell. And this is going to blow people's minds. And then you've got to think about where this money's coming from and whose pension fund is it going to implode. All right. It says here, many Americans would love to buy a home, but they don't have tens of thousands of dollars. They talk about the roadblock. I'm going to go past all that. They said, however, a new program offered by United Wholesale Mortgage is making some experts nervous about how these loans could backfire on homeowners, especially if home prices stop going to the moon. They're not going to the moon. You are being lied to. The Case-Shiller is an average index. It takes the last 3 months. It is not showing you what is happening right now. Zillow and Redfin are recording the top line price of a home sale. If you go to the bottom, when the deed was recorded and they're putting homes are being bundled in literally groups of 500 to 1,000. Yes, Michael Burry, I hope you're watching this video. And please understand this. There is a kickback or a discount being given from the home builder to the big funds. That is being recorded, but since it's being recorded down below, Redfin, Zillow, Realtor.com, these companies are recording the top line to save face, and the builder can still try and sell the homes. Let's say $700,000 home, they're giving it to BlackRock, $700,000 with a 15% kickback to ease the burden for BlackRock to buy all these homes. I'm telling you, this is happening. You're gonna see it in the news, and it is recorded, so it's not illegal. But you have to understand where these companies are getting their data from. Look, if you're thinking about buying a house, you've never bought a house, or you're gonna refinance your house, I'm going to hold a Ask Me Anything, an AMA, in about a week. So if you want to sign up for it, and I'm bringing a mortgage veteran that he's been in the business for 40 years. He has seen so many cycles. It's crazy. He's done every single loan from FHA to massive, multi-million dollar 50 and 100 unit complexes. We're going to answer your questions if you want to sign up for that, because this is not a joke what's happening. It says here, it's making experts a little nervous, and they're saying especially if home prices stop going to the moon, which they're not. And for some, it's bringing back bad memories of the subprime mortgage meltdown that fueled the 2008 financial crisis. What I'm about to tell you about is what I did videos about a year and a half ago, saying this is exactly what they will do. They will extend from a 30-year to a 40-year. That's already finished. You can go and get a 40-year mortgage if you want. It's not being used very much because of the mental strain on consumers, because it's so much higher in interest. But that's exactly what happens when you move from a 15-year or a 20-year mortgage into a 30-year product. Okay. So they said they were going to do that. Then I said they're going to go to lowering the down payments. And we saw Rocket Mortgage, which is a non-bank lender, okay? Which means they have to source their funds to loan money to you outside of, let's say, traditional banking going through the Federal Reserve, all right? So their money costs a little bit more, but they're better at advertising. So they dropped it to 1%. And now this exact scenario is going to play out, and this is what's scary. It says, UWM, led by Matt Ishiba, the billionaire owner of the Phoenix Suns NBA team, said home buyers who qualify don't need to put down an upfront down payment. We're talking 0% mortgages. Instead, the program will allow buyers to pay for 97% of the home's value with a first mortgage and then provide the remaining 3%, or up to $15,000. So think about that. 3%, $15,000. How much of that can the house be worth? We're talking well below the national home price average. Okay, so first I want you to understand that this is predatory lending at its finest. Why? It's at its finest because it's wrapped up in a nice little bow, trying to help people that can't afford a home. Here's the facts. If you can't imagine buying a home, set a goal of buying a home, build your credit up, save money on the side, then you aren't the long-time thinker that should be in the housing market. And that may offend a lot of people, but type 1 if you agree with that. And this is why, because I want to set everyone up for success. But to set you up for success, to be financially stable and go crush it and become wealthy, and real estate is the best way to become wealthy, I believe, in my personal opinion. There's so many different ways to make money in real estate. The reason why I say that is because you need to understand the long-term prospects of what it's like to own a house. It takes work. You don't get to call the landlord when the toilet's broke. You get to go do it. You get to go run down in the middle of the night. I've done that when a pipe's leaking and we need water because I got to go to the bathroom. We're running to Home Depot to get this toilet fixed. There's so much more. And so often people are floated this idea, like what George Bush said back in 2001, everyone should own a house. Everyone should. So we're going to make it available. And they became wealthy. The elites became wealthy, loaning you money, building up a massive housing bubble. And then it bursts. They kick you out. They get you out. And they buy those houses. You're a placeholder. Human beings are looked at as the masses are looked as placeholders for wealthy people. So I need to get you into a mode where you're successful. And this isn't the way. And so they're packaging this product up, this no down payment, saying, hey, yeah, it's a $300,000 or sorry, what, a $480,000, something like right there below that threshold of the median home price. So 3%, 15 grand's all you get. The second mortgage, here's the key, won't accrue any interest, but it will need to be paid back in full as a balloon payment when the home is sold, the mortgage is paid off, or if the owner refinances. So first, I want you to understand this realm. This is a little trick I'm going to show you, and I'm going to teach a lot of people this in the mortgage AMA. Let's give you an example, Rocket Mortgage. They are by far the #1 leader in non-bank lenders, okay? They're also the #1 when it comes to advertising. Their name is on NASCARs, on all kinds of billboards. They're all over the place. Well, that comes at a cost. When you go to Rocket Mortgage, most people go to Rocket Mortgage because we're going to bypass a lot of the really sticky red tape that banks do. What you don't realize that you're going to be paying a higher rate. As a matter of fact, I was speaking to a lender the other day, says, it's funny, sometimes I'll farm off loans to Rocket Mortgage because the clients cannot qualify for really good rates, like FHA, or I'm sorry, not FHA, but conforming loan products. And so we'll put them off to Rocket. And the good news is, he says, well, the cool thing is I show them, look, we're going to send you to Rocket. Well, what we could do is we can send you real quick to their website, type in all your information you just gave me and get a quote. And Rocket spits out a quote at a much higher rate. And he goes, Rocket just told me I'm going to get you this rate because I'm a broker. So he goes, I'm trying to help people get into homes. And that's the thing. I personally don't believe this is a good time to buy a home. I believe this is the most excellent time in history to wait and to be patient. And I mean, I just talked to somebody, or heard from somebody the other day saying my rent's going up $400. I'm like, yeah, but how do you feel about the market? He's like, I feel it's collapsing. Okay. So we got to deal with the $400, and then we're going to get you into a full time, 30-year fixed loan at an amazing rate. And you're going to save thousands of dollars in fees right up front. And then you're going to save tens of thousands of dollars, no joke, in interest over just the next 3 years. And this is where my bread and butter was, helping people back in 2005 to 2009, helping them stabilize their finances, because one of the greatest things, and the Federal Reserve has straight up stopped reporting this number. I'm not joking. They stopped reporting how many people as a percentage base are getting adjustable rate mortgages compared to fixed rates right now. Because stories like that and stories like this about a zero down mortgage, they don't want it put out there. They don't want it out there. I hope you got something out of this. If you guys want to join the Mortgage AMA next week, it'll be towards the end of the week. I'm going to have a 40-year veteran that has run mortgage brokerages, been an independent. He has seen a lot of stuff, and I vetted him, and we think a lot alike of how to save lots of money when getting a refinance. And there's so much that I'm going to blow you away with, especially 35-year products for commercial properties. I want to destroy your paradigm, not only of, can you afford a house? Should you buy a house? Because I do believe everyone should own a house. I really do, but the right way. Because when you save up for the down payment, you work on your credit score, and you understand the stability of having a home for your family, to raise a family, and then use that money instead of throwing it away to a rent at a certain time, a certain perfect time in a cycle. I think everyone should. And that would increase the wealth of this nation, increase your wealth. But then I also believe that you should go out and own rentals too. You should go buy rentals, because not everyone's going to think like you. Not everyone's going to think like me. There are certain people that just want to show up and go to work. Type 2, if you know people like this. They just want to go to work, not be bothered, and then go barbecue and drink beer on the weekends. They don't, they'll gripe and complain about the price of gas, but they won't go and make any more money to not only pay for the price of gas, but go buy themselves a new car. There's tons of people out there like that. Well, I'm not like that. And if you're not like that, and you want more out of life, and you want to learn and destroy your current paradigm and open up your mind to some amazing things of how to grow wealth, then check out the newsletter. I'm going to put a link down below, and you sign up. It's a free AMA. We're going to be talking with, and there's only a certain amount of people that can show up. So the emails will go out later this next week with the sign up registration. And you're going to ask myself, my background with real estate, flipping homes, getting mortgages, multiple mortgages. I had 3 mortgages on one house. I'll show you how to do this stuff, but it's a weapon that you use for either your financial health, or it's going to be to your financial detriment. And that's what's going to happen with these 100% mortgages. They're zeroing in on a weak-minded type of person, and I want to help those people to think differently, to have a little bit of patience, a ton of knowledge behind them. You're going to make good decisions. You're going to actually crush it. Hope you got something out of this. The Economic Ninja is out.